Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the Montrella Cowan Show? Now, for this guest speaker, I'm recommending that you grab your popcorn and your favorite fruity smoothie. Sugar free, of course, for all those health gurus out there. Don't blame me for the pounds. We're going to have a very special guest today, and her name is Danisha. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Homegirl. Danisha is the creative director, producer, writer, Grammy nominated choreographer with over 20 years of experience in the entertainment industry. Now, one of her goals has always been to enhance the quality and impact of each project by combining production expertise with an artist focused approach. I love it. Like, imagine seeing the world through the lens of art. Woo! Danisha has led creative development, production, and choreography for many successfully produced and award-winning film and dance projects. So you think you can dance? You better check out Danisha, along with blending all attributes such as artist development, film, choreography, and creative direction in a unique format that attracts viewership. Not just viewership, but allowing each student or client to know they are created for greatness. And Danisha believes that they can achieve anything they set their minds to. So as you can see, this is why I invited her. So in sync, Danisha is adept at guiding projects from concept to completion, working closely with the powerhouse team to bring ambitious creative visions to life on time and within budget. I know that's right. And not only that, she's a mother, and she's completely committed to touching as many souls in this lifetime as she possibly can. Welcome, Danisha.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, sister. I told them to get the popcorn and the favorite fruity smoothie, non-sugar. Okay, so that they can get ready for you. Yeah. So yeah, tell us about yourself.
Well, definitely the mom part.
Yeah, you have three.
I have three. Like I have three biological, but it feels like with all my students, I have
Oh,
thousands. But
yeah. Oh, that's amazing. You and Felicia Rashad. I see you, girl. Wow. How old are your three?
My son is 13 and my daughters are 17 and 19.
Wow, you have a 19-year-old looking good, girlfriend. Looking really great.
Thank
So
you.
as you know, our audience are all business owners.
Mm-hmm.
It consists of all business owners from beginning to medium to advanced levels. Okay. So we talking to the people today. And
Good.
what I love about you, and as you all heard her bio, but what I love about you is that you really tap in to that creative.
Yeah.
The source.
Oof.
I think so often we get so bogged down, whether it's the next post or the budget restrictions, and we forget we're made in his image. And so I really love that about you. I'm like, okay, let me put my lens where I see the world through art. That's so beautiful. Tell me about it.
Yeah, professionally in the industry for about 20 years. And it started through dance, choreography. And then by the age of 25, I had my own dance studio. It was taking hundreds of kids to competition. I'm from Ohio, so
okay.
It originally was in Ohio. So
okay.
showing them a different life, the norm, and what people are told that they have to do. So competitions outside of the state, winning at that.
Yeah.
All styles of dance. I've always been big on like don't wait but create. So when anytime there's something given to you, which we consider maybe sometimes negative or a closed door, I just usually take that and will switch it and make it work towards, for our favor. So started with that. With that became like creative direction. And then I've always, before I danced, I would write and I would do plays with my sisters and use my grandparents' cameras and make them stand here and we do performances.
Oh, you were producing.
So not realizing what it was then, but you know, that God places in us, he gives those to us for a reason for me. And so I'm blessed that I was able to tap in and continue forever a student. So
wow.
Always learning.
Now, were your family members, were your loved ones discouraging or encouraging with that creative side of yourself? Was it like, sit down and shut up?
It was always, when are you going to get a real job? Yeah. So even with me having a flipping dance studio. I was teaching for the government, the city schools, daycares. I was a professor at Ohio State University. But even still, because it was dance or producing or film or playing with your camera or something, it was always, when are you going to get a real job?
Yeah. Wow. You've done so much. I know you have some award-winning projects that you've done. What would you say is one of your favorite projects? I don't want to make you pick the favorite. I mean, if you have it, please share. But what's one of the favorites?
I would say one of them is one that I'm currently working on, but probably that you guys can go see. It was a short film called Strange Fruit.
Okay. Strange Fruit. Uh-oh. I know the song.
So it was flipped. The writer on the project, Deborah Jane Burke, she's awesome, based in California. It was about a story with an interracial couple, but they were being haunted because the ghost from her past was actually her aunt, who was hung by his family. So she back in time to break this curse, the lynching from happening. It's like a hip opera. So there's dance, music. It was beautiful, but we had to film in a real cotton field. And so they probably one of the most beautiful / eerie feelings I've had in my life. And some people look at me side eye, but when I say, and I'm a true believer in God, but when I say, it's almost like you could feel like our ancestors. And you could feel them almost like
they were there.
You to tell this story.
Yeah, that sounds so moving.
Yeah.
You said we could check it out.
Yes.
Check it out. Okay, good. So we'll definitely put that information in the link. Below. Yeah. So what's the goal? Like, what do you all want to leave the audience with after they watch that particular film?
Well, it's a short film, so we're supposed to do start the feature next year.
Oh, wow.
But wanting more and I know it's our history is trying to be covered up nowadays, but that's why we are able to do the things we can do now, like this interview right now.
Absolutely, right? Yeah.
Just not to forget and to pay homage to.
I love that. Yes, indeed. No excuses, you all. Woo! Our ancestors have paved the way. And that's amazing. I'm looking forward to that because I love movies anyway.
Let me know what you think.
That sounds really powerful and moving. Yeah. So, wow, 20 years old, and then had your own studio by 25. Now I got a 21-year. I ain't thinking about creating no studio, okay? Like, wow, you really sound like you were ahead of your time.
I've been working since I was like 13, though. Wow. So when my parents got divorced, my mom said, you're either going to do community service or get a job. So,
oh, go mama. Yeah.
I wanted to be a kid at 13.
Wow. So did you take dance classes?
So believe it or not, I'm a late dancer. I started 14 versus she could only afford to put me in hip hop. So I didn't get to do like ballet and contemporary and everything until college. But my sisters in tap, jazz, ballet, hip hop, they don't even dance.
Are you the oldest?
Yes.
Yeah. You got the gift and you had to use it. I know that's right. Wow. Okay. So when you like started your studio and like, do you consider yourself like an entrepreneur?
Yeah. Definitely. So it started there, but I love to dance studios, and then there's also a film studio, the Creative Hub Studios in Atlanta.
Yes. Oh wow, film. Okay.
I'm one of the head producers at. So We do a lot of content there.
Yes.
Directed by Danisha. Love to Dance, and then I have Cool Kids for Christ. Those are my companies that I have, and so I'm so sorry I deflect because your question, the original question.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm asking about being the boss, and you like I got this, and then I got that, and then I got that. So no, you right in alignment with what I was asking. Do you consider yourself an entrepreneur? Obviously, yes, you are.
Yeah.
Can you tell us like what was the struggle, the personal struggle that you overcame in order to, be the boss that you are today, and also the emotion that was tied to that?
So I will say with everything that I've done, with every accomplishment, it definitely came with, if not 87 million trials. It's the not giving up. But I will say with each one, they always say God is prepping you for the next.
Yes.
In the next.
Yes.
It may be similar things just on a higher level, but I would say probably a couple in 2022. One of the absolute hardest years because yes, it's still my dance company, but I moved to Georgia by then. So physical studio I no longer have, but just outsourcing, contracting.
So you moved from Ohio to Georgia? Okay.
And so doing that and still doing my entrepreneur things, but I had got a really good position for a production company because Tim advanced in film and so forth.
Yes.
And was doing that, was still doing working for this, and probably making like the best money that I would make.
Oh, that could be the toughest to make choices when money is right. Yeah.
It's almost like, the people around me, I don't think I won't say who God wanted around me because there's in everything. But I was changing, but not changing. I love to love. I'm really big on positivity, and it's almost like, and I'll be honest, it's almost like I started getting a little big-headed, or just inside though. I just I was doing things that or being a boss that maybe I wouldn't like to have. And I had to check that.
Like kind of moving away from some of your values.
I had to check that, and then so one of the big positions, one of them I quit because this industry is brutal for women, and then especially for Black women. I'm not being
Oh yeah, no. Listen, I'm a Black woman all day long. That I get a change.
This entertainment industry, you have to be built a certain type of way.
Yeah, there's only one Viola Davis. Yeah, I see. Far and few between. One Denzel.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. But no, and then it was the abuse with them talking. So I quit that.
Wow, good job. I mean, that must have been difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. What emotion would you say you felt during that time?
Because I lost both of them. Like within a week.
Wow.
And I took the that's when I created my LLC for Directed by Danisha. The production side of me. Very lonely.
Lonely.
Very, very lonely. Almost feeling like I have failed myself, my family, my kids, my students, and then just kind of went into a shell. One of the last productions around that time, we were doing something for Michelle Williams. It was called Fight for Her. And she was opening up about her mental health and even being on tour.
Wow.
Her being at her lowest. And I remember when my partner at the time, I was like, yo, I feel like this, because she couldn't get out of bed and so forth. It really wasn't taken seriously. But it continued to happen until God was just like, okay, enough of this. Like, God, you have work to do. So that with, some close friends helping me continue life.
Yeah. So it was friends that helped you to kind of make that tough choice? Okay.
Yeah. It definitely, my two best friends.
Oh, that's amazing.
Definitely.
Are they in the industry?
They are celebrity stylists. And
lovely.
She's a project manager for a lot of like Fortune 500 companies, but she loves creativity, and she's a curator for a lot of creative projects. But she dabbles with both. But them, and then one of the clients I was managing at the time, who I just didn't want to manage anyone, but he would not let me. Rod Minger, he was like, "Look, bro, you got to get up." Like it was that. Like,
I love that. Yeah,
you're bigger than this. So,
ooh, you're bigger than this. Y'all hear that? I hope you listen, and I hope you got your pen and paper.
Yeah,
because you should be taking notes. I know a lot of people out here can recognize, feeling lonely and isolated during some of the most trying times, and you still push through. Do you have any regrets for making that move and transitioning to your own studio? No, not at all, right? One of the best decisions you ever made. To God be the glory. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I commend you. And it's like, I think people don't recognize that, when you are working like for someone, like an employer, that's one client. Because see, a lot of people don't look at ourselves as business. We are the business. That's why when we leave, we take our skills with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And instead of it being the one client, your employer, for those of you who are still grinding, because I used to burn the candle on both sides, both ends of the candle too. You can, when you step into your own thing and you really commit, because you can't do your business like a side hustle, not for
no.
You want to grow and be wealthy and expand, but you reach the masses that way.
Yeah.
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 You're able to touch more lives?
Yeah, definitely. There's no box. There's no limitation. So, I am my biggest box. I am my biggest limitation. So, keep going and keep fighting.
Yeah. And then you can even keep expanding that box. I love that. Yeah. Because you already had it in you. It sounds like when you were taking those youth and I know that was life-changing experiences for them to get out the hood, the neighborhood, and go to different places to compete, different states. It sounds like you always had that kind of mindset of coloring outside of the lines and encouraging them. Yeah.
Always. I think a lot of my success has come from defeat or has come from getting pushed down. So even me starting a dance studio I was about to dance for the Cleveland Cavaliers at the time.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And then some other football.
Was Westbrook on it? Who was on it?
This was when, I must tell this was around when LeBron was.
I almost said the king. Okay. What?
So it would, but at the time I was too short, but I auditioned again, and then there's in the industry there's always a type that everyone's looking for. So being too short, too dark, too thick,
wow.
Bump that. I want to build a studio where I accept
their laws.
And it's always been that. So when anyone tells me no, I will take my own yes.
That's your oomph. He's like, okay, game on.
All right. Look. All right.
Yeah, I love it. Wow. That is amazing. Yeah. So tell us, in your experience, what keeps people stuck? Like when it comes to business, what keeps people stuck?
Honestly, for what I've experienced either with my peers or myself, I would say is us. Or overthinking and not just doing and not just going. We have to try, you know what I'm saying? And the greatest have failed multiple times, but they're not failures, they're all lessons. So I think when we start to overthink and get in the way of ourselves instead of just being consistent, because consistency is key, which is someone from Ohio is coming to Georgia in April. They booked me to teach,
Amen.
Them for a girl.
Look at that.
But that I taught her daughter 15 years ago. So
look at that.
Stuff like that. Just being consistent, getting out of the way of our
get out of your own way, ladies and gentlemen. That overthinking, that is so, so real. And if we could conquer that, I think what people don't realize is that we're thinking machines. Like scientists say, we have like 20,000 thoughts a day. So we can't really turn it off. But when we have the thoughts and we have the anxiety, I think a lot of people feel like that's a stop.
Yeah.
But it's really just a warning to say, do your darn best. Like keep pushing, like you said. And ladies and gentlemen, when she said be consistent, that doesn't mean be consistent in your favorite Netflix series, okay? Or doom scrolling. She's saying be consistent in taking action in your business, right? I just wanted to clear it up in case folks was a little bit.
Taking action and taking.
I love it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And do you think it's like fear? Like what do you think, they overthink and then
Overthinking, fear of failure.
Yeah, fear. That's a big one.
Fear of failure.
Yeah, that's a big one. We got to fail forward. None of us would even be walking if we quit the first time. The difference is when you're a baby and you're like, because I'm a mama too, and you're taking those first steps, it's like the biggest thing. Yeah, and everybody's like,
yeah.
And they encourage you. But when you get older and you try to take that first step, like quit your secure job, which aren't that secure today, and then start your business, everybody like, no, stay there, stay there. Isn't that something?
Yeah. And what people think, usually what the ones closest to us think, and especially if you are an entrepreneur, you're serving someone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your service. And so in serving people, you want people to like, you want people to love.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes we tend to be yes men.
Yes.
And I think with that is probably where if we care too much what everyone thinks, we'll stop before we even started. So
Woo, you stop before you get started. And I think a lot of that, as far as OPP, I call it, other people's opinion, OPO, other people's opinion, is that we're comparing. And like even identical twins don't have the same thumbprint. That's a mighty God.
That's I say that all the time. I tell my students all the time when I'm like, you are special. No one has your
can't duplicate, can't replicate, can't copy.
You're here for a reason. You understand?
So like when Beyonce messed up, you can't even tell. She just keep it moving. Like that's how you got to do that thing. They don't know. They don't even know. Wow. Yeah. All right. So do you have like a system that you like a 3 or 4 step system that you walk people through, or like a formula, a winning formula?
Yeah. So it depends if it's dance or if it's choreography, or if it's artist development, or if it's film. So I'll say to the gist of all of it. If it is anything in the entertainment industry, I would say always get to know your client or your job. And, even non-work level, just to get to know them. I know there's this separation between business and personal, but just getting to know them, because when you do that, it allows you to create better for them, for me, for that person, for that client. So that is always the start for me.
Yeah, I love that.
Let's see, and just in building. So again, it's contingent on what area.
Yeah. But the secret sauce you're dropping right now is like that spans across all businesses. I love that. Yeah, get to know your client, because that's the other thing. Like, while technology and all the advancements are amazing and we can do so much faster, we can have such a further reach, we still need to pay attention, give them what they want, not what we think we need. Like all of that
makes it different. It makes the client, whoever, know that you really care.
Yeah.
And so that's what's going to keep you.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And as they say, word of mouth is still the best form of marketing. All right. So don't put all your faith in Zuckerberg and crew. Like, get to know people, like you're saying, and be known, because a lot of us have these gifts and talents, and somehow we have been deceived to think they are for ourselves. We're supposed to share them with the world. Now, before we close out, what is a book that you recommend for the bosses out there?
So, you already said I have two. Okay.
Okay. All right. Look, the more the merrier.
You said we talked about one a snippet. We talked about Viola Davis's book, Find Me.
Oh.
I know it's about her life, but it just shows drive and tenacity.
Yes.
Endurance.
Yes.
Strength, like to keep going. Like,
I love it.
And at the end of the day, as an entrepreneur, just as a human being,
be of service to God's children. And so, like you just kind of put it out there, and then you're not like stuck on one and like, oh no, I gotta pick one. You like, I'm doing the whole thing. And I love that too. He's like, nope, camera, no dance, no, producing. Like that's amazing. What a fine example you serve.
Thank you.
He is very pleased with you. Absolutely.
We are given that. So if we are able to open our eyes and take a breath, our mind, like that, God has given us another opportunity to use those gifts. So
I love it.
I definitely recommend that. And I brought one. And this is it was Elizabeth Hoekstra, but she's married to Billy Carson's wife.
Okay.
It's this book.
Oh, what's it called?
The Recipe to Elevated Consciousness.
Oh, okay.
And she talks about her life, Lord, her life. You would have never imagined the amount of success.
Wow.
And just that she has now. But it started here. So I
love it. Wow. Yeah, I will be putting that in my cart today.
It's
Thank
so
you for
good.
sharing both of those. Wow. Good. Anything else you'd like to leave with our audience before we say goodbye? Well, I would like to talk to you all day.
I know. Sure. No, I would just say just keep going. I noticed you are big with peace, the word. So I'm always big keep pressing, and God will allow you to persevere.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you so much, Danisha. We wish you much, much success. And we'll be checking out that film. We're going to put the link in the description, ladies and gentlemen. It was an absolute pleasure. Thanks for all the lives you touch.
Amen.
Yeah. Talk to you soon.
And if you're in the Atlanta area and you need space, come to the Creative Hub Studios. Across Georgia, so we can everything.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I actually plan on being it soon, but I hear that. If you need film space, you said?
Film space, photography, podcasts, we do videos.
Okay, so content creators and business owners. I always need content. Okay. All right, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye. Thank you.